Well, hey, it's Stephanie from the Denman Homestead, and guess what I found? Like, out of my mind. No, I'm not out of my mind, that's not. So I was thinking of building something, and last night I was just scrolling through Facebook Marketplace. Guess what I found? Exactly what I had envisioned and building myself. And then I was like, how are they selling it so cheap? Because I feel like the lumber to build it would be more expensive than what they're selling it for already put together. So I was like, let me drive by and just take a look and see if it would actually work. Because you know when you go online and you like, have you ever bought something online and you get it and it's like miniature and you're like, you were deceived by the picture? So I was like, so I contacted the person and I was like, can I come by and look at it first and make sure that it would work for what I need it for? And she was like, oh yeah, for sure, come by. She's like 5 minutes down the road from me. And I was like, it's probably meant to be that I just get this. Look. Yeah. How cool is that? Let me show you. I was gonna build this. God was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a break. But it is raw wood, and they would have stained it for me for extra, but I already have the stain. So I'm like, you know what? I'll stain it myself. How cute is this? And I'm gonna put it right there on the driveway with a sign above it. And it's gonna say something along the lines of, please eat me. No. God, no. It's gonna say, to good home. I don't know. I'm gonna come up with something. For vegetables, guys, for vegetables. Lord have mercy, Stephanie. Okay, so I'm gonna stain this, and I just have some cedar stain that we used on our raised beds, and I think it'll look nice because I have a lot of kind of cedar accents going around here. But yeah, I'm concerned with the amount of vegetables. I'm blessed, but I'm also slightly concerned with keeping up with the amount of vegetables that my garden's producing. So I'm just going to put them in this little stand by the road, by the driveway that people come up and down, and just say, please eat this. Because I'm finding out that food pantries actually don't accept food grown from like homes, which is unfortunate because I have an all organic garden. But I mean, people could say whatever they want, but the problem is if people get sick, tracing it back, you have to be like certified, and maybe I'll look into that one day, especially if I'm getting something like that in the future, especially if we keep this operation going and probably expanding, who knows. But yeah, so today I'm gonna stain this and I'm gonna make a little farm stand for the driveway, and I think it's gonna turn out great. And it would just give me a really good idea to build more of my own, because I was literally thinking of something like this. And I just love the way that it looks, and it's cute and sturdy. And yeah, let's get to it, let's stain it. I just have a little bit of stain though. I'm kind of hoping that it lasts. It's not very much. I'm gonna have to do a very thin coat. But this is Valspar semi-transparent one coat exterior stain and sealer all weather defense. So yeah. So we're gonna do that to hopefully extend the life of this wood. And make it look nicer. Hope y'all are having a good day. It was a dreary day here yesterday. Think if I I go next door and I spread WD-40 or something on those fan blade, like that fan belt, if like my neighbor would notice? There's gotta be a way. Gotta be a way to like fix that squealing. Good Lord. No, I'm not going to trespass and spray WD-40 on the belt, don't worry. Logan did come by the other day, my neighbor, the greenhouse neighbor. He drove up the driveway, he rolled down his window and he was like, what are you doing with your squash? How are you getting your squash to survive? And I was like, you know what? I don't know. Hard work. Going to battle with the squash borer moth every day. Speaking of that, I bought something to show you. Well, I've been getting braver. Like in the garden, if I see a moth, I just grab it and I smash it in my hands. I'm not like, I don't really prefer to do it that way. But flicking them and just hoping that they die that way is just not a, it's not a great method of moth death. So, I bought a handheld bug zapper. So when I do see them, I can just zap it with my little, kind of looks like a tennis racket. But you just like, I can just lay it down in the moss. They're not very fast. So they're too preoccupied laying eggs on my squash plants anyway to notice me sometimes. Tomorrow I'm going to San Antonio. That's where my extended family lives, and I'm so excited. I'm making a day trip. It's about a 4-hour drive for me there and then back. I'm gonna go in one day because I don't want to miss Connor's baseball game. So it'll be a long time on the road, but I'm so excited because my cousin, who I've not seen in a few years, she moved to New York and she had a baby, and she had a baby like during the shutdown of the world, the pandemic. Kind of have to be careful what you say, how you say it, because people in the cloud will censor you. Anyway, she had a baby during the shutdown, and I haven't met her yet, and I haven't seen them in so long. So I'm gonna go, and they're coming down just for a few days to visit and see my grandma and stuff. So I'm gonna go just make a day trip out there and see her. And she's my cousin, but I don't know if you guys have cousins that are like more like sisters or brothers, you know. I know Buddy for sure, like everyone around here, like Connor and Lex, like they're more like brothers than they are cousins. And that's the kind of relationship I had with my cousins until we got older and we moved away from one another. And so when any of us are in the vicinity of one another, even if it's hundreds of miles, we'll try to make an effort to go see one another. And I'm just excited to see her. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Gonna be on the road all day long, but I have to make it back for Connor's baseball. I think Connor and Caden both have baseball games. But baseball season is coming to an end. Speaking of baseball season coming to an end, let me show you what I did. Because it is coming to an end. There's only a handful of games left. I took Connor and Caden's old, well, it's not old, but we've had it for years. A little cart that we put our like folding chairs, baseball bags, baseball equipment, drink containers, snacks, and this little cart. Let me show you. get it at Academy. This is where we got ours, at Academy, long time ago. But it's got like a handle, and it's got these little like little spots for a two drinks, which conveniently hold my little tools. But yeah, it's worked out really great for me to just go down the row and put my veggies in it. And then I attach this cute little sign to the back of it. Can you see it? So yeah, I'm repurposing our baseball cart for my garden now. And it's kind of sad. It actually is sad, and I don't really want to think about it or talk about it too much because it'll make me cry. But this will be the last year we'll need to have this cart anyway for baseball, because Caden's going to be in high school, and I won't need to have my little mom cart. Okay, no, we're not going to talk about it anymore. We're not. Moving on. Obviously, I'll still be at all Caden's games, but I won't need to be being the snack mom, having to provide orange slices and chip bags for 12 little boys running around anymore. So, just a new chapter. New chapter, that's all. And I am very grateful for the chapters that I've had so far. Because gosh, they go by so fast. This is the fastest book I've ever read, this chapter of life. There's book of life. I'm like, hey, can we put a bookmark in it here? Can we just stop for a second? Can I take a break? Take a breather? Do you ever read those books where you just have to put it down and walk away? Like, it's just too much, too intense. Like this, I need a second. Like, yeah, that's life. It's like the book of life, but you don't get to bookmark it and walk away and come back and be like, okay. I guess you could a little bit, like if you go on vacation, or you could just take a break, but I mean, you just really can't like slow down time, I guess is what I'm saying. Time is a thief, that's for sure. And I think that's why, I know that's why, I'm so glad that Buddy and I decided to get an RV, because there's not a whole lot of the RV community. I mean, it's different, getting a little different now, but like a lot of times the RV community is older, retired, couples, and that's totally awesome. I love that. But you don't see too many like families with young kids, and I think if you can do it, you should do it. Rent an RV and just try it out with your family, because when we talked about it, like, we only have so many summers. You only have, if you're lucky enough, 18 summers. That's it. Not even, because when they get 18, they're not probably going to want to be in the RV with you. So you only have so many summers with your kids, and we absolutely love getting away with them, and it forces everyone to disconnect from devices, and we end up having every meal together, and on long trips it does get a little the walls start closing in a little bit after about, I think our longest trip was a little bit over 2 weeks. Bless you full-timers. Bless you guys that do this RV life full-time with your children. Because, whew, that's rough. But, yeah, I don't know. I go through this kind of like travel depression, like post-travel depression, where I come back to like real life and I'm like, I just want to be forced in a small space with you guys again. So I don't know. We really enjoy our time with our kids on the road, and you know, hiking together and creating those memories and stuff, because man, time just is a thief. Before you know it, they're going to high school. Like, how am I just graduated high school, it feels like. How am I in charge of a high schooler? That's not right. Who let me have these kids? Who said it was okay for me to be raising kids? I joke with my dad all the time about that. I'm like, Dad, you know me. Now I'm responsible for little things? Like, how did that happen? I don't know. I think I'm doing okay. I hope I'm doing okay. I guess time will tell. I know I'm doing okay on this, because this looks pretty good. Y'all like my shirt? Did you notice? From suits to boots, baby. Representing Jamie. My sister from another mister. You know, she's getting something for her garden. And I know it's not the greenhouse, which she did already talk about the greenhouse, which I'm probably going to be carving out a little section of that greenhouse for myself. She just doesn't know it yet. I'll be like, Jamie, come on, I'll pay you rent. I'll pay you some garden rent and squash. Can I pay you in squash, please? Here comes Bree down the driveway. Isn't it cute?
Yeah, did you build it?
No, I found it on Marketplace. Was this what you saw? Bye, Carter. Hey. Hey. Yeah. I thought so too. Kim is outside working. Bree just left to go take Carter for her reward for going to sleep. Poor baby. Apparently she was struggling getting to bed, and so, you know, us moms have to do what we have to do. Get these babies to go to bed. So she was getting her prize for listening to her mama. Y'all, let me tell you what I made last night. So you know that like scene on Forrest Gump where like Bubba Gump and Forrest are in trouble and they're like got the toothbrush out on the floor and they're scrubbing the floor.
Shrimp is the fruit of the sea. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it. There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole, shrimp gumbo, pan fried, deep fried, stir fried. There's pineapple shrimp, lemon shrimp, coconut shrimp, pepper shrimp, shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes, shrimp burger, shrimp sandwich. That's about it.
And they're brainstorming what they're gonna sell, what dishes they can make, I guess, with shrimp. And they're like shrimp gumbo, and they're like shrimp on barbecue, shrimp etouffee, shrimp whatever. They go on and on about shrimp. Yeah, that was me last night to myself with squash. So that zucchini bread recipe, that 100 years zucchini bread recipe that I made the other day, yeah, I just modified it, and I did some zucchini bread with coconut flakes. So good. Buddy was like, hey, because what I did was I made some mini loaves. Well, I made 2 big loaves of like regular zucchini bread. And then I made some mini loaves, but with those I did pecans and chocolate chips. And then Buddy was like, what, do we have any coconut flakes? And I was like, yeah, we have coconut flakes. And he was like, do you think you could make me like an Almond Joy type version with like chocolate chips and coconut flakes? And I was like, yeah, but I don't have any almonds. I just have pecans right now, or hazelnuts too, but pecans. And he's like, it's okay, you can make it with pecans. And I was like, okay. So yeah, I made muffins, like version of Almond Joy muffins with zucchini bread. And they were so good with the sweetened coconut flakes in it. That was a good call by Buddy. Oh, and I added cocoa powder too, like cocoa powder. So it was like a chocolate, like almost like a chocolate cake with the chocolate chips and the coconut flakes and the bread. Yeah, so I was baking everything that I could think of zucchini bread style. But I got my canner out. I got my water bath canner out, and I got my pressure canner out. So I'm going to be doing videos on that very, very soon. I have not started yet, but I've got it all out, and I need to go ahead and start getting my jars out, start sterilizing everything again, because everything's been in storage. But yeah, so that is coming very, very soon. Canning, canning, canning. And you're like, Steph, we're tired of you in the garden. You're gonna be tired of me canning, because I'm gonna can everything. So in one of our recent videos, we talked about our community tab and how we do some polls, and I post pictures there and stuff. And we got a lot of feedback that some of you guys didn't know what the community tab was. And if you go to our main page, like where all of our videos are, there's different tabs and links and things on our main YouTube channel page, like where all the videos are. Look for a little tab that says community. And if you click it, it'll show the community tab like feed. It's got pictures I take, polls you can answer, questions. So hopefully that helps explain where the tab is, because sometimes I guess you just get notified of the videos and not of the community, or maybe you didn't even realize that was a community tab thing that you saw. But yeah, it's just go to our main page where all the videos are kind of like a library of videos, and you should be able to see the tab for community and go check out that stuff. I just realized that I'm doing a 45-minute long video of just me talking. I'm gonna have to trim this down quite a bit. I don't know if you guys are going to want to hang out with me for 45 minutes just watching me paint. What do you think? I think it looks good. I'll just let it sit out here and dry. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make the sign. Still don't know what it's gonna say, but yeah. So hang tight, I'll be right back. Check it out, it's done. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I had this old plant hanger. It was kind of rusted, so I just spray painted it. And just a little sign to take what you need. And I filled it up with squash and some herbs and some greens. So some kale, some cilantro, some basil, and you can't really see it, but they're in mason jars with water. So hopefully that'll help them stay fresh and not wilt too quickly. And then I'll just check these, you know, every day when I come out to the garden, and if they're looking bad, I'll feed them to the chickens. But yeah, so hopefully anybody who comes up and down the driveway will see this sign and they can just take what they'd like. And I may need to get more of these. I do need to get more of these, I know I do. But for now, this will work. And I think it's kind of cute. And it's right in front of the garden. So anyone who drives by can see where it came from. And yeah, so thank you for hanging out with me today, making my little produce, my first farmer's market stand type thing got going on here. And I hope it works out well. I did end up drilling some holes at the bottoms of each of these just in case it rained and there was like vegetables in it or something. I couldn't get to them in time or whatever, you know. It'll not hold water and the vegetables won't be sitting in some, you know, standing water. But I also put it in a shady spot, so it's right underneath this tree. I don't know yet if this is going to be a lunch for squirrels or birds or what, so this is kind of a trial thing. We'll see, but if it feeds the squirrels, it feeds the squirrels. Yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I think it's cute. And thank you guys for hanging out with me today doing this little project, and there'll be many more to come. See you next time.